Hello friends, welcome to Devrat Knowledge Villa. You are watching our English video series of operating system and learning deadlock. Today's our topic is methods for handling deadlocks, and it is last topic of deadlock characterizations. Before today, we have discussed two more topics of deadlock characterizations. Those were necessary conditions to occur deadlock and resource allocation graph. You can watch those videos by clicking I button at top right upper corner. Let's start discussion without wasting a time. First methods for handling deadlocks, that is deadlock prevention. Second method is deadlock avoidance. Third one is detection and recovery, and fourth one is deadlock ignorance. So let's see first two methods, deadlock prevention and deadlock avoidance. It is actually working before the occurrence of deadlock. It means in these two strategies never enters in deadlock state. It means system will never enters in deadlock state by following these two strategies. It means we are implementing strategies before occurring a deadlock. How we will implement these strategies? So we will define some protocols or set of rules to prevent or to avoid the deadlock. Let's see remaining two strategies, that is detection and recovery and ignorance. These two strategies are working at that moment when system enters in deadlock state. It means for these two strategies we will wait and watch for the occurrence of deadlock. When deadlock occurs, then and then we will start making any type of detection or recovery. So how we will implement this thing? We will implement these strategies by using various programs or algorithms or flowcharts. Guys, if you want to understand simply what is the difference between prevention, avoidance, detection and recovery and ignorance. So right now every countries are facing the issues of coronavirus, COVID-19. Yeah. So if we will compare this example with our methods for handling deadlocks, so some countries already banned few tourists from the China. So whatever the people are traveling from the China, those countries actually banned these types of people to enter in particular country. So this thing is known as a deadlock prevention. Like second thing, that is deadlock avoidance. It means after getting one or two cases, some countries declare a lockdown for particular area or declare a lockdown for entire country. So this thing is known as a deadlock avoidance. But this type of countries avail their citizens or peoples from those peoples are arriving from another country. Look like detection and recovery. In this case, we can say that some countries are still not taking this issue seriously. They are waiting to detect more number of corona cases, and then after they will start the strategy or start this medical helpline for the corona patients. And last one is ignorance. Look like some countries are doing nothing. It means they are not serious about the human death or death of their citizens. They are placing their country whatever the situations is arriving. Get it? So hope you are able to get the differentiate prevention, avoidance, deadlock detection and recovery and ignorance. Let's start from the deadlock prevention. So what is actually happen into the deadlock prevention? Let take first non-technical examples look like computer system and electricity. As we know that right now computer system or electricity is a primary requirement. Suppose you will consider the example of hospitals. Another thing like aircraft, and third one is lab of research and development. So think for one moment, if electricity goes or computer will goes shut down, or there is any issues will occur towards the computer and electricity, and both this thing or any one thing is goes to off. So what happens if any serious patient is available into the hospital? So it will be in very much serious trouble. Get it? So it is not able to handle this situation when it is for the serious patient. Same thing for the aircraft. If system is going to off or system is in fault, so or electricity will off, so it will generate a very difficult situation. Same thing for the research and development lab. If systems is going to off or electricity goes to off, so it will generate a more crucial issues. So that's why prevention is required in this type of situations. Get it? So there is very early step or very early strategies required to prevent the deadlock. Let's see technically what we can do in deadlock prevention. So actually we have discussed 4 necessary conditions: mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait. These are the necessary conditions to occur the deadlock. If we will break any of these conditions, so we will able to prevent the deadlock. It means system have to break any conditions out of these 4, and they can stop to enter in deadlock state. Next thing, that is deadlock avoidance. Take same example of electricity. Suppose in place of hospital, if you will think about the school, suppose for a few moments electricity will goes off inside the school. Same thing, there is an electric bike, and same thing, there is a student innovation center. Get it? So in terms of school, if electricity will goes for the few moment, so there is not a big issue if electricity is going off for 10 to 15 minutes. So this thing is going to be handled. Get it? Same thing for the electric bike. Suppose driver will not get the charge for 10 to 15 minutes or they will get the charge 10 to 15 minutes later. So it will be not a big issue. Get it? And same thing for the student innovation. If they are getting 10 to 15 minutes late electricity, so it's not a big issue. So this thing is known as a deadlock avoidance. Get it? It means the situations are not very much crucial. So what we will do technically in terms of deadlock avoidance, we will use 3 strategies. That is, first one safe state, second one resource allocation graph, and third one Banker's algorithm. So by using any of these 3 strategy, we will avoid occurrence of deadlock. So these 2 strategies we are implementing before occurring a deadlock. Now next strategies we are doing after occurrence of deadlock. It means deadlock is already occurred, then we will detect the deadlock, and then after we will recover the deadlock. Same example of electricity. If you will think about the any temple or church or any other place which is suppose if electricity will goes for the very long period of time, so it will not be a very much crucial issue. As well as suppose if you will think example of bicycle. Get it? So if electrical bicycle is over there, and suppose person is not getting electric charger for electric bicycle, so they can run bicycle with the pedals. Get it? And another thing, that is children are enjoying ride. Some rides are using with the electricity as well as without electricity. So suppose a person who is handling these rides, it is not able to run ride with the electricity, so that person will handle the ride without electricity. So in this cases, it is not any serious issues while electricity is going to be off. So we can detect the issue and then we can recover. Same thing for the temples, bicycles and rides. We can detect the issue of electricity and after few moments we can recover the issue. So what we will do in terms of deadlock detection and recovery. So let's see, for the deadlock detection, we will do programming. It means we will write a programs or we will write a line of codes to detect the deadlock. Generally Unix and some operating systems are doing like this. Then second thing, that is deadlock recovery. What is happening in deadlock recovery? So we will use two strategy here. First one is process termination and second one is resource preemption. So by using these two strategy we will recover the deadlock. Now last example, that is clearly define what are the difference between prevention, avoidance, detection, recovery and ignorance. Let's see, that is example of classroom. Yeah, some students are very much serious and they are attending a classroom from first day of class and they are preparing regularly every day they are making assignments, writing class notes and every day they are reading. So it means they are preventing from the failure. It is prevention strategy towards the failure of subject. Second thing, that is deadlock avoidance. Some students are not very much serious but not very much lazy. It means some average students, they are not attending class regularly, not reading regularly, but whenever exam is arrived, so at that time they are start their reading, start their preparations and prepare very well for the exam and then appear into the exams and they will get a pass. So this thing is known as a deadlock avoidance or avoidance towards the failure. Another thing, that is detection and recovery. It means some lazy students which are not serious, they are waiting and they are appearing into the examination without any kind of preparation and they will look about suppose they are getting pass or fail. Get it? If they will get a fail, then and then they will start preparation for the remedial exam. So that thing is detection and recovery and ignorance. So some students are very much lazy. After getting a failure, they are not preparing again and they are appearing once again without preparation. So they are appearing into the examination again and again. Get it? So they are ignoring passing or failure. It means there is no issue. Some of the issues in system look like we can run the systems with few bugs. Get it? Few bugs or errors are not very much serious. Get it? If there is an error, so there is need to detect error and there is need to solve out the error, but we can run the system with few bugs. So that is the ignorance. Hope you are understanding very well. If you have still any query, you can comment me on comment box. Thanks for watching Devrat Knowledge Villa.